One thing great about every COD Zombies map, yes, this is obviously a sequel to One Thing I Hate, but this time I felt like being positive. So if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like, hit that sub button, all that fun stuff, and let's get right into the video. Starting us off with Nocturne Toten. What do I really like about Noct? Honestly, just the fact that it's the first ever Zombies map. It started what became this awesome gaming experience that I've been a part of for the last 10 years. And honestly, it's always just a fun map to go back and play and just kind of revisit what it was like to play in those older days. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I played then. I'm 19, bro. I didn't play back then. But yeah, it's just a fun experience to go back and play it. Moving on to Verrucht. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like it. Nah, I'm just kidding. I love this map, especially on like BO3, man. This map is so much fun. But the one thing I love about the World at War Verrucht is the fact that it started what became this amazing story and probably one of the most in-depth stories out of any video game of all time until whatever this was. We stay away from that. Moving on to Shino Onuma. I just love how easy the high round is. Like, it's genuinely one of those maps you can just go back and play at any time, and you're just gonna be like, I'm so good at zombies, man. It's so cringe. What the fuck am I? But I love the introduction of the Wonder Waff. I love the introduction of the dog rounds. I just honestly love the high round the most about this map. Moving on to Derice, it's gonna be the obvious one. Come on, go ahead, figure it out. It's Pack-a-Punch. Pack-a-Punch single-handedly changed zombies forever in terms of upgrading your guns, in terms of the high rounds, in terms of just playing the game, and I love it for that. Moving on to Black Ops 1 Keynoter Toten. I love that this map is now just a meme. Like, honestly, I was gonna say high rounds, but I just said that for Shino Onuma. And now moving on to the map 5. I love the cast. Like, this is probably my favorite cast we have ever gotten in Zombies, straight up. They were doing AI voices before AI voices. It's crazy. They predicted the TikTok trends, bro. Moving on to Dead Ops Arcade, Monkey! And now moving on to Ascension. I love that this map just reinvented high rounds. It got the casual player into high rounds. It got even the most hardcore fans into high rounds. I mean, shit, Zomba's been playing this map for like 10 years and still hasn't gotten world record. That's how insane this map is. Moving on to Call of the Dead. I love the Easter egg. I love the Easter egg, man. It's the first ever Easter egg that was solo and that was actually fun. Ascension's 4 players still was probably one of the most boring things I've ever done in terms of Easter eggs. Call of the Dead was fun. It was challenging. You had George Romero following you with his big ass hammer, and the cast was also actually enjoyable to play as. I'm looking at you, Dead of the Night. But yeah, I mean, this map is just fun. I love Shangri-La. I have made that very clear in, like, if you ever go to my Twitter or anything, or even in some videos, I've just praised Shang. I love this map. I don't know what it is. It could be the baby maker. It could be the challenge that's involved with it. Like, there's just something about Shang that has so much charm and actually just keeps me coming back. And yeah, I don't know what it is, but it genuinely just keeps me coming back. Moon's very simple of why I like it. Earth go boom.
But also the wave gun's very cool too. I love the wave gun.
Now here we go. Black Ops 2. Transit. This might come off as weird, but I love how bad this map is. I love how bad it is because it makes just for a stupid experience, and I love it. Like, looking back on it, yeah, it was probably not the greatest map to release because they just had too many ideas with it, whatever. But genuinely, the map is so bad that I actually like it. Is that weird to say? The other thing I like about Transit is how we got 3 individual and very different survival experiences. That was awesome. I wish COD would actually bring that back. I don't know why they haven't. Die Rise, certainly a map of all time. I love the Silk of Fire, and yet I honestly, that's literally it. I just like the Silk of Fire. I also like my Claymore. Mob of the Dead, man. I love everything about Mob, besides how easy the Easter egg is. The aesthetic of Mob is awesome. The Blundergat's a really cool wonder weapon, even though it's not the most effective. I loved Afterlife. Flying to the Golden Gate Bridge was such a cool idea for Pack-a-Punch. And the story behind this map is so good too. Buried is a weird case for me because Buried was actually my first map that I ever played, so I have rose tinted glasses when I look back on it. But it's kind of weird because I love this map's around 100, and I love Leroy. I love the Paralyzer. I love the free perks. This map did so much cool stuff, and I wish there was some of this creativity back. It doesn't need to be exactly like Buried. We saw creativity with Cold War, and then we saw it ripped away with Vanguard. Buried was such like a sweet spot that they hit with customization and high rounds. Whatever you want to call it, they hit a sweet spot with it, and I wish we got this back. Origins. What is not to love about Origins? The staffs, the high round, the G-strikes, the Iron Fist, the generators. Actually, fuck the generators. The tank, the big old robots, the Easter Easter egg, the crazy place. There's so much good stuff in this map, man. Also, this map for YouTube at the time for challenge videos was insane. Shadows of Evil. Well, like, I feel like they nailed like all these maps back to back, because again, what I'm saying, like, what is not to love about Shadows? The high round is super fun. The Apothecon is really cool. It is a completely new system of zombies, which was fantastic. Created probably the best 2 years of zombies content to ever hit the platform. Actually, 3 years of zombies content to hit the platform. And it's still the most viewed zombies game to this day. I love how Shadows represents what BO3 is. I love how the giant, while having a great story behind it and having that insane first cutscene where Richtofen shoots himself, it's such a good balance to Shadows. It was here to introduce players slowly into the Black Ops 3 system, and I love it. I love that Drak is the best zombies map of all time. I'm sorry, not sorry. Don't argue with me. It is the best map of all time. I love that this was the first like actual boss fight we got, and it was a good boss fight, and it holds up to this day. The second best one we have on BO3, and it honestly is still a better boss fight than a lot of BO4 maps. I love the bows, I love the Ragnaroks. I love Zetsubou just because it's different, if that makes any sense. Like, yeah, there is a lot of issues with it, with like the planning system and how much better that could have been, but I love that it took that risk, because this is something we've never seen before in zombies. I also love this Easter eggs cutscene. It is still probably one of my favorite cutscenes, and honestly was the best one until Blood of the Dead. This map felt like a BO1 map on release, at least to me, in terms of like difficulty, and also with how many goddamn doors there are. And that's a good thing. Honestly, the only thing I really like about GK is the boss fight. I don't think the Easter egg's great. I think the high round sucks. The overall atmosphere of the map is phenomenal though. The story is great, and it was a great lead up to Revelations. And come on, this is the Z House map, man. This released when zombies content, in my personal opinion, was at its peak. Man, that could be why people like this map so much now that I think about it. Revelations, while being really easy, it was honestly cool just to see this map basically a culmination of all the other maps. It wasn't every map, obviously, but even the maps that weren't in there, they still got their shine. I think it's in when you're in Keynote or Toten, you actually get the buried round change music, which is pretty cool. So it's little stuff like that that I love. I love that this map was just a culmination of everything that made zombies awesome. Zombies Chronicles, I don't even have to explain. Zombie Chronicles was generally just, it was just insane. Voyage of Despair. I love the boss fight. Honestly, top 2 boss fight in BO4. But that's the only good thing about the map. What isn't there to like about 9? The atmosphere is great. You're in a Colosseum. You have the Greek or not Greek. Well, you have elements of like all the mythologies together. And I'm a mythology nerd, so I love that, man. Easter eggs actually like relatively fun, besides all the like round skipping you have to do for like the poop step and stuff like that. Other than that, I love the map. Blood of the Dead, let's be real, the only good thing here is the story. We can just move on. Classified improve upon it's the fucking tongue twister. Classified improved upon 5 in basically every way it could. I think that Classified is actually better map than 5, just without the better crew. Dead of the Night is such an underrated map, man. The Easter egg, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like the Easter egg. The overall atmosphere, the silver bullets, the different enemy variety, like, it's so good. I don't get the hate for this map, man. Okay, I gotta get real close for this, alright? Ancient Evil is the single best looking zombies map of all time, argue with a wall. And like I said earlier, I'm a huge mythology nerd, and I love everything about Ancient Evil. From the different gods, to the gauntlets, to riding Pegasus, to Pack-a-Punch, to Perseus being the final boss, to, oh my god, this map is so good. And then they ruined it with dude, I can't even talk. This map is so bad. What is this? I can't believe I used to think this was a good map. What happened? What is this map? And then Tiger Toten actually is a very solid remaster. I love the different areas that they actually utilized well, with it being the dynamite and not just being doors. It added actual like incentive to choose how to play the map, and I love that. It is a little annoying when you have to open every single door for the Easter egg, but it is what it is. And this being the culmination of basically the entire OG Ether storyline is just bittersweet. And honestly, I love Samantha's Lullaby box thing. I don't know the exact name. I'm not a nerd. I love how easy the high round is. It's just stupid and easy to grind XP. And honestly, I'm a fan of the final boss. It's not really a boss. It's more of like the escort stuff, but honestly, I like it. It's different. And I know while everyone's sad, well, it's supposed to be a Great War map. No! They never said it was supposed to be. And honestly, with how poorly BO4 ran, did you actually expect us to get like a giant Great War map? People that don't like this map just because it's not like Great War map or whatever basically set themselves up for failure for just expecting too much. Alrighty, D-Machine. I love the trailer. This map single-handedly popularized zombies again. You had goddamn Tfue streaming this. Like, that's kind of crazy. And honestly, I loved it. Just felt like a breath of fresh air. And it was, because it was someone completely different than Jason or Zelensky making it. It was someone's different idea and different take on zombies, and it felt awesome just to see that. I love the Ray K on Firebase. I think the Ray K alone is probably, honestly, Cold War has really solid wonder weapons. Like, the Ray K is so satisfying to use, and I think that's kind of why I like Firebase so much. Mauer is the best map on Cold War. It felt like a BO3 map personally with the Cold War twist to it. The Easter egg was really good, really solid, and was actually like a harder Easter egg for Cold War, and that was cool to see. Honestly, this isn't even gonna be hard for me because I don't really like Forsaken. Honestly, I just love the little hidden room Easter egg. I think stuff like that is just super charming, and I mean, we rarely see stuff like that, and I love it. There's absolutely nothing I love about Vanguard. We're not even doing these maps. I don't like a single one of them. Even Shinomuma, whatever. I mean, it's Shino. It's hard to fuck up Shino. But yeah, I mean, I don't like anything about Vanguard. Alrighty, that's gonna do it for today's video. If you did enjoy, leave a like, hit that sub. And if you want to see more stuff like this, I'm willing to do it. I think that'd be fun. Peace.